idea is like to try and keep your characters the ones that you love. Hello, there we go, working. Welcome to stream, my name is Mr. Quinch, you're watching Retro Roadkill, and I'm back playing Skies of Arcadia. Now, I haven't been on here for like a week, so things might have messed up slightly in my stream. I do apologise if they have. We'll see how it's going. I just kind of wanted to get on here, and I'm just chilling. I was just chilling here, so I thought I might as well just put the stream on. I've just had a sneezing fit, so I'll probably sound a bit funny. Apologise about that one. Just wanted to get on here and just like talk for a bit, talk to myself. The things a bit clear in my head. That's how I do. That's how I operate. I'm currently in the process of getting a hold of one of my old PlayStation 2s off of a friend. What happened was when my youngest came along, I had to vacate the game room, which was his bedroom at the time. So I decided at that time I had to sell off a lot of stuff. So I sold 80% of my collection. I know it sounds drastic. Like, thinking about it now, it probably was a bit over the top, but you know, I was serious about changing my habits, my spending habits, and I think I felt like I needed to have a change, so I went for it. And obviously, what happens when you do something like that is that you get to a point where you realise you've made a massive bloody mistake. And I started to recollect some of my more favourite things. I think it's more it's not just like me feeling like I made a mistake and the nostalgia kicking in again. I think it's more of a case of the state of games and gaming companies at the moment, and the fact is I'm just finding it more fun going back and playing games that I'm familiar with and that I know are good, and you know, looking for like new things in those games, and I just want things to be fun again. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I will definitely be playing newer games as they come out if they're good, but I'm kind of, I think I've kind of got a bit of, I'm giving myself a bit of a rule about games at the moment anyway, of what I want to play, what I have expectations from games, and at the moment the modern games are just, they're not hitting the mark as far as I'm concerned. There's so much wrong with a lot of them, and it's because they feel like a game that's released today has to be an ongoing project. Nothing is actually finished, and I mean that's fine. It's just the way gaming is now. But I don't like it. You know, I like to get like really good at a game and stuff. And I don't want to sit there, start a game, and think, well, they're going to be releasing, you know, keeping kind of up to date with what's going on in that company of the game, what they're going to be releasing, what we're going to have to be paying for extra in the future for that game, and the very strong possibility that there's going to be a Game Pass, because most of the games that are released today all have some sort of like microtransaction thing. Like they don't want to release a good game. They want to. I think of modern gaming actually I think this is probably a good way of looking at it. This is how I feel about modern gaming at this precise moment in 2024. Like, I've had time to think about this, by the way. Like, while I've been away, I've been on holiday. And what I actually think modern gaming is, it's exactly the same as mobile gaming. It's moving towards how mobile gaming is done. But obviously with better graphics and bigger budget and all that stuff. But it's all about getting people to put their hand in their wallet and buy more stuff with that game. And it's never ending, and if I think about it too much, it really puts me off wanting to play that game, and also the feeling of I have to be playing that game, or I'm going to miss out on something that's going to disappear. I don't like that as well. You know, if they release like a character and you've got to do a certain amount of work to unlock that character, or you know, next time you come on, everyone's going to be playing this new character, which might be the meta. You know, and then you just get pummeled into the ground because you don't have that character, or something like that, or a gun unlocked from the Game Pass, and that really puts me off. It is at the moment, anyway. It really is affected. I know it sucks. But I actually think games were made better. Like these games, like back in the day, they got as much out of the technology at the time as they could, and they put as much story and thought and just ideas as much as possible into those games. And although these aren't the best games now, like technically, but I think they're better. I know, it's weird. At the moment, anyway. We've got so many games coming out in the future. Just promise, like, God knows, like 2025, 2026. There is no doubt in my mind Gran Turismo 6 is going to be a massive hit, and I'm looking forward to playing it. State of Decay 3, so I love the zombie stuff, so I'm really looking forward to playing that. I was also a bit worried that there's going to be loads of stuff to pay for that, but we'll see. There are definitely games that I want to play.
We are victorious.
But what's really taking my interest at the moment is I've just sunk back into nostalgia world, and I started looking online again. Unfortunately, the prices now, from when I was collecting before, the prices now have shot through the roof. Nostalgia is big on the market at the moment, and it has shocked me a little bit, actually. Like, you can't get a PlayStation 2 for like under 40, 50. That's crazy. Okay, what have I done here? Go around there. I remember when they were a tenner. And the games as well. People have realised how big these games are. Some of the heavy hitters. Just to give you an example, I've just I used to have Metal Gear on the PlayStation 1. I've just won an auction for it on eBay, and that was £20, and they're usually like £30 plus for Metal Gear 1. Crazy. Right, but it's big. Do you know the other thing about getting into retro gaming is I know if I was to go on to like YouTube and stuff, there is like content on there that I can happily sit and enjoy. Because I haven't been watching it for such a long time, there's so much stuff to watch now and catch up on, and it's kind of making my interests like into other retro things as well. And now it's like it's a bit of a bottomless pit, but I'm actually quite enjoying it. Like I've got a newfound interest into tube TVs. And some of the old shows that me and my wife used to watch as well, in Square. So yeah, I have been obsessing over it a little bit, but that's a state of mind that I actually quite enjoy being in. It's nice to have something to draw my attention, because I do get a bit like, if I've got nothing to do and research on and stuff, I kind of do get a bit down. I think that's what it is. It's a weird feeling. I feel like I've got nothing to do. Let's get back to the room.
Here goes.
But anyway, I said on the Discord that I was going to talk about the holiday and what happened, so I think I'm going to have to get it all out. I don't really want to talk about it, but because I said I was going to, I suppose I should update everyone in case, I don't know if anyone's watching, but in case you watch back the VOD or something, probably upload this to YouTube as well. I suppose I should mention it. So on Monday, I was to go off on holiday. I did go off on holiday with the family in our car. We have a VW Touran, and obviously before we go off we had it serviced, we had 4 new tyres, bloody cleaned it all and stuff, and, we got it all ready for the holiday, and we headed off, and we got as far as we were halfway on the M5, and suddenly the engine just kind of blew up. It went vroom, and it was scary. I was bloody in the fast lane as well. I was in the hard, whatever you call it, on the right hand side, and I had to quickly get the car over to the far left and try and get off, and there was nowhere to stop, so we had to we were in limp mode on the car. It was like that mode that goes, I don't know if anyone's ever been on it. It goes, and I was just like, I was so stressed. It's unbelievable. And we managed to get off of the M5 just around a corner, just off it, and into a entrance to a farmer's field. And this was on the hottest day of the year so far in the UK. And we had to contact Green Flag, which is our breakdown cover, and we were stuck there for I think it was 5 hours waiting for someone. 2 kids trying to keep them entertained, like batteries were running down on all their gadgets. It was so hot. We run out of drinks. We did not expect this at all. It was crazy. So we were there. So we're there 5 hours. It must have been about 5 hours. This guy comes out and he tells us, he plugs a computer in. to the car. That's what you ought to do nowadays. And then he tells us that the glow plug was gone. And that was a fault. And I don't know nothing about cars, so I was like, alright, oh shit, can you fix that? You're like, no. You're going to have to get towed. We're going to have to get a tow truck. I can't tell you, we're going to have to get a tow truck. We're like, oh shit. The wife was like, how long is that going to take? And he looks at her and goes, hour and a half. And she was like, are you serious? I was like, we've got no drinks. We had 0 drinks. We didn't have nothing. So he had to drive me to the closest garage so I can stock up on water. Which, I tell you what, at that point, I was going a bit... My head was going a bit funny. There was probably stress and heat. I was not doing good. I was feeling sick, actually. So when I got that water, I was like, this is just... I can't believe it. And it was perfect. So I got that back and gave a bottle out to all the kids, my wife. And then he disappeared. And that was it. We were sat there for another hour. Actually, I think he must have been about 4 hours. And I think it was 2 hours we were waiting for this tow truck to turn up. When the tow truck guy turned up, he was the nicest guy ever. And we got the kids in the back of his truck and put the aircon bloody on. And he was like, where do you want to go? And at that point we were closer to our holiday destination than we were home. We were so far from Cornwall. So we got him to drive us bloody all the way to our holiday destination, which was a boat, a river boat that we decided to stay on. Another thing is, from the pictures, that this boat, I had a completely different idea of what this. I thought this could be completely modern. It was like we got internet, bloody electric, toilet, all that stuff, and it was not. It was not what I thought. But we made do. I don't know what I'm doing here. I've forgotten. I should chuck another one of these on someone. And so first night we were so tired we went straight to sleep. We didn't get there until we got there in the dark, and we had to get torches out just to find this boat.
Let's try this.
The car was dropped off there as well in the car park. And next day we phone up Green Flag, and they're like, yeah, you've got to we can't help you get that car fixed. You have to do that. So then I spent the whole of Tuesday getting that. Well, no, not the whole. It was the morning. I asked a guy that was renting us out the boat. The wife asked him if he knew anywhere that was a good garage, and he chucked up this garage. I'm going to say the garage in Stafford. It's called Spear Garage. Spear Garage. I highly recommend them, and I will tell you why. Now, I spoke to the guy at 8 o'clock in the morning when the garage wasn't even supposed to be open. He answered his phone. I had a conversation with him. He was like, "Oh, that's just terrible." I said, he said, "Does it start up?" I was like, "Yeah, I can start it up. It just doesn't move. It barely moves." He's like, well, "That's weird." If he says the glow plug, that usually means it won't start up at all. He's like, "Can you get the car to me as quickly as possible?" This was like 8 in the morning. I was like, I could possibly limp it down to you, and it was 10 miles away. I know. So I got in the car, I limped it down to this place. I had the map up on my phone. Scary as hell, going around roundabouts and stuff. Like I kind of got a routine of doing, like, really gently holding my foot on the pedal. I was trying to get as much speed out of it as possible to get it down to the garage. And I got it there, and this garage, oh my god, the busiest garage. He turned up, and he's on the phone the whole time trying to. He's organising people coming in. He's like, you do this, you do this. He's like, check this. I've got 40 messages here. He's like, right. And while he's on the phone, he's got the box out, the computer out. He's plugged it in. He's like, well, that's funny. He's talking to this guy and talking to me. Because that's funny. As one of the cylinders is shown up as not working. Number one cylinder's not working. So he's there taking it apart, like one hand, unplugging it, starting up again. Yeah, it's still doing exactly the same thing. I think that cylinder's gone. This Polish chap who works for him come in and he asked his opinion, and they both come to the same conclusion that that's what it was. He went off onto the computer and was like, I'm not going to lie to you, this is how much it costs. You can have a look through your options yourself. This is how much the new part's going to cost. And it was £675 for a new part, which was out of stock. I was like, shit. It's like, are we going to get this done? He's like, you know what, leave it with me. Before I'd even known it, he asked me where I was staying. Before I even knew what was going on, he's like, I've got an Uber coming. Get back home. I'll keep in contact with you, and I'll try and get this sorted. So he sends me on an Uber. I didn't have to pay anything. And then literally an hour later, he's like, oh, right, we've taken this apart. We've done a pressure test on the cylinder, and it's not cracked. So that's really good. So he said, I'll let you know. I didn't want to worry you. So that was good to know. But that wasn't broken. He's like, I think I found a refurbished part for that cylinder. I don't know what they're called. Basically the bit that's the wires plugged in on that cylinder. You know, you've got all the pistons doing that. It's the number one of that. He's like, I've got a replacement of one of that. It's a refurbished one. It's 12 miles away. I can travel up there and get it fixed for you today if you want. I was like, you do it. We need this. We can't get home until I've got this fixed. Thank you very much. You know, at this point I was like, Jesus Christ, this is brilliant help already. It gets the thing fixed. This is like in like a few hours, really. We've got family over. We're out at the pub, having a drink and stuff, trying to take a mind off the whole situation. And he gets in contact with me. He's like, right, we've got it fixed. I've got to go off to this thing, to the hospital. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I will drop the car around with you. I'll send one of my guys around with the car. You just got to pay for it. He'll have the invoice and stuff on him and a card machine, and you've just got to pay him. And I was like, what? But this is unbelievable service. He dropped it around to the pub where we are. I pay him, and it comes to £575 for this job. They worked on my car engine and got it working again in one day. And it wasn't even a whole day. What was it, about 5? No, it was about 5 o'clock. He dropped this thing around, all done, and he had other work on it as well. So I can't say enough good things about this garage. If you're up in Stafford and you have car issues, I highly recommend Spear Garage. I'd never known anything about it. I'd never known garages to do this before. You know, fix the car and drop it back to you. I mean, that wouldn't happen in Cornwall. There's absolutely no way. So he got it back, but that night I was having massive panic attacks about driving this car where the engine had blown up before on the way up. So me and the wife had a chat about it, and we decided that we had to come back the next day. Unfortunately, we'd only seen the family once. We actually drove the car up to where they live in Stoke and spent the morning with them. And I mean, it was really bad to cut the holiday short since we spent so much on it. But I just had this massive panic about I just wanted to get the family back in Cornwall where if like we had any other problems, we could sort it all out. So I headed off the next day, and it was a Wednesday. It was Wednesday, and we actually got back from Stoke in record time. Never. The traffic was so much better midweek. 5.5 hours. We managed to get back to Cornwall, and I wasn't putting my foot down. I was scared that the engine was going to blow up. So I was trying to not push the engine as much all the way back. So really good. But the car made it all the way back, and I'm happy about that. And that is why I was back on Discord yesterday, and I'm back on stream today. That is the holiday nightmare story, and it's really put my wife off ever going on holiday again. The kids hated it, understandably. Now my kids think that the car is going to blow up every time we go in it, and we're going to get stuck for 6 hours somewhere. So, not great. I mean, and now we're looking for another car. So, I think things can only get better. No, but you've already had one. You can have one after dinner. You can have an orange one. You don't get an orange one. Go on. So, yeah, it was actually really quite scary, as you can imagine, being stuck somewhere, unfamiliar, well, breaking down on the motorway, and then being stuck there in the sun, and it was just unbelievable. Nothing like that's ever happened to me before, so it was all a bit too much for all of us. My wife's really, really upset, and I can't help but kind of blame myself. Like, somewhere I think it's got to be my fault. Somewhere along the line, you know. So we're back home, and now we've got to kind of try and put it behind us. And we want to find another car. But, you know, we don't have a lot of money, especially this year. This year seems to be really expensive. But I think the car needs to go. It's working now. Works absolutely fine. Everything's working. All the electronics working. Everything's had problems with in the past with it. All the sensors going on it. So it's got 4 new tyres. It's all working. But after that, I've kind of lost all kind of confidence in the car. I have no confidence at all, which is probably going to be fine now for another 10 years, but it's actually cost us an awful lot of money. It's to the point of where our savings are getting really eaten into, and we need those for like if the savings in case anything mega goes wrong, like the house as well as the cars, or you know, vet bills, or you know, anything, medical stuff. So the only thing really to do is to find another car. I'm not great with cars. I wouldn't mind a van, but vans are quite pricey, and I don't know. I need to think about it. There are things that I like. Oh damn.
Must not lose consciousness.
Oh, that's annoying. I don't really find family cars that they're not exciting.
Move.
So I don't want to buy one. You know, vans or classic cars like the Golf, VW classic cars like the Mark 1 Golf or the Caddy. Those are the sort of things that I like. Let me do it just a minute. But it's not about me, is it? We kind of need a car for the family. But the cars are so expensive nowadays. So that is my horror story, and I'm gonna try and get off of the conversation now, because like reliving it in my mind is just it's bringing me down. It's making me feel bad about the whole situation again, especially like coming back, ruining my wife hasn't seen her family in such a long time, and I didn't really want to tear her away from that. My kids wanted to leave, they weren't happy either. But today, back to what we're doing today, I am on the Steam Deck playing Skies of Arcadia again. I really like this game. It's really good, but my recent obsession is the Sony PlayStation 1 / Sony PlayStation 2. I don't have PS2 at the moment, but the PS1, God, it's so good. I've got this adapter so I can play it through the HDMI, and it does like a RGB through my monitor. It looks bloody amazing, but too good. The pixels are too clear. So my other obsession now is tube TVs. I want one of those, and I've got a plan for the stream. Okay, something I want to work towards. It's I think it could be really good. Unfortunately, I am not the first person to ever think this. I actually saw somebody doing this the other day. He was called CRT Rex. I'm going to check him out on Twitch. Really entertaining stream. He was a really nice guy. I was chatting to him for a fair bit, and the rest of the guys in the room. And it was just a really nice stream. And basically what he does is he's got a camera on his CRT, and he's got the console next to it, and you can see what he's playing, see what his hands are doing and stuff, and he's just playing these retro games. And not only that, like this is another thing, I was chatting to him a bit about CRTs, tube TVs, and like he's really into them as well, and it's kind of like opened my mind a bit to like how good they bloody were. The other thing, he had two other monitors, little monitors next to this TV. This setup is brilliant, by the way, absolutely brilliant. He had one of these little green TVs. He had one of them was actually his camera on him, like, and the other one was his chat in the little green monitors on the side. So he's just videotaping all of this, you know what I mean. He's just recording this on a camera, and like at one point he showed his OBS setup, and there's nothing on it. It's just one camera and the mic, obviously. Like, that is what a setup. So something I like the idea of recording the CRT, I don't know how the hell you get it to come out so well on camera. You'd think you'd have that flickering thing, but something I want to look into. I think it'd be really cool. So I have a setup. I can have a setup behind me here. I've got a desk right here. I have the camera overlooking somehow. It's something I want to explore anyway.
Over there.
But apart from that, like, just playing the older games on the CRT, I just think it would just be fantastic. And not just games, like old TV shows and films, because I do quite like some of my old films and Star Trek as well. To say it like that because people don't like that show, but Star Trek. I happen to quite like Star Trek. And that's all I gotta say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. I don't know why I always pick her to like heal. Let's do that. We use her to do the healing. Advice there. And then he can do his Royal Blade. If he needs to, he won't do because Cutlass Fury is going to take him out. Oh no, she's going to take him out. One boomerang.
That's fun.
I've done quite a bit in this game now. What's a Wind Song Orb? Who knows? See, that's not where I'm supposed to be. Right, well. I do hope something really bloody good comes out in the future that feels really well made and I want it. Retro roots of some sort. Bring back something really bloody cool that we all forgot that we loved. Beyond Good and Evil 2. Oh my god, that would be so good. Please, Ubisoft, will you pull your bloody finger out? Until then, I've got a few games that I want to play. I'm going to let them do their business minute. I'm going to show you what I have picked up recently. Should we do this? So, I'm going to do this. Hello. Big screen mode. They're still fighting. You don't need to see it. You've seen that 100 times. Alright, they're going to win. Trust me. Oh, is that coming through? Isn't it? No, you can't hear it. Right, good. You can probably hear it in the background of my mic. Never mind. The first game on the list of things that I have picked up recently. The price is still on here. So you'll be interested in that, I'm sure. because some of these games go for a lot of bloody money nowadays. All of these purchases, these ones here, are from a gaming shop in the UK called CEX. I'm going to call it CEX because what they advertise it as being called is stupid. They think it's called sex. Okay? First game is Tekken 2. Now, this is probably one of my favourite Tekkens ever. I couldn't possibly tell you why. It's probably got something to do with the ending music of the game, because I used to play it and I'd sit back. It was my little reward for beating it with every single character, and you sit back and you're like, you know, the end music for any Tekken game has always been bloody top tier, in my opinion. It's always been so good, and this one's no different. This one's a bit slower than the rest of the Tekkens. I mean, Tekken's way more complicated than this nowadays. And I mean, this compared to the Tekken 8, so slow, you know. But I love it. I don't know what it is about this game, and I had to have it back in my collection. All of these games, I'm going to tell you now, I have owned before. It sucks. I do have quite a few games still for the PS1 and PS2 because I just couldn't shift all of them. When I originally sold everything, it was like 500 quid for the games, 500 quid for all the systems, and I sold them all to CEX and got this money. So yeah, there we go. That should give you some sort of understanding of how many games I had and systems. Don't get me onto the PSP because I'll end up crying. The stuff that I've sold and the PS Vita, the stuff that I ended up getting rid of. Oh god, I'll never see it again. But we're going to concentrate at the moment on the PlayStation and the PlayStation 2 because these are probably. I mean, I've always said that the Dreamcast is my favourite system of all time, and it probably is because the arcade quality at home couldn't be matched, in my opinion. And it's what I had, it's what I loved, and I absolutely love the Dreamcast. But in reality, if you want to bring it down to numbers of how much hours, how much time I spent on a system, it's gonna if it's just purely on the numbers of how much time I spent on it, PlayStation 1 / PlayStation 2. I probably spent more time on the PlayStation 2. So I've got a lot of love for the PlayStation 1 and 2 and PlayStation 3 actually. But I will, if I ever get one of those again, I'll tell you why I love that system so much. I'm not getting into it now. But anyway, Tekken 2 is the first game. Second game I picked up. I didn't actually play an awful lot of this back in the day, but I want to because I love it. I now love it. Anyway, I've got this newfound love for these single player racing games. I don't know why. I get really into them now. Must be my old age or something. But Gran Turismo. Now, I think is this video all backwards? It is, isn't it? £6. That one. It's a good price in that. The original Gran Turismo. What have I got to say about it? It is blocky as hell. If you play this through the RGB HDMI cable, the pixels are so clear, and it looks really rough on this game. But I love it still. It's still really playable. The cars feel fantastic. It's not my favourite racing game on the system, though. My favourite racing game on the system, I think, is Ridge Racer Type 4. And recently I've been playing so much of that game, and I've got really back into it. And I saw somebody the other day on YouTube, I think it might have been Happy Console Gamer, I think he's called. And he had a Ridge Racer Type 4 t-shirt on, and I got really jealous. I was like, that looks so cool. I really want one. So I went looking for one, and they're I didn't realise they're like a classic t-shirt, and they go for hundreds of pounds. In the UK they do anyway. So I won't be getting one of those, unfortunately. The third game that I've picked up again for the PS1 is a game I had to have back in the collection. This is a must-have. I already had number 8 and number 9 still in my collection. For some reason, when I traded all the games, they didn't want those ones. It was strange, because they go for a lot of money. But anyway, so I was missing this one, and this is probably one of my favourite games of all time. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I think it's pretty obvious. It is Final Fantasy VII. And this one went for £15 in CX, which I don't think is bad. For a complete... It's complete. We've got the manuals. All of these got manuals. And the cases are all working. None of them are broken. Had to have it back in the collection. I felt really bad not having it especially when I had number 8 and number 9, which are also really good games. So I feel complete having that back in. That's one of my prized possessions back in my original collection. It's not a lot of money, but it means a lot to me, because I've completed that about 8 or 9 times. I think back in the day, and I've played it on and off since as well. I've even recently, this is crazy, I said this on stream a while back, I managed to find my original Final Fantasy memory card for the PlayStation 1, and I put this in, and my character's like level 65, and obviously I've gone over I've played it so many times, I've had previous saves and gone over it over the time on this same memory card. Got some numbers on the back, I don't know what that's about. But it's really cool. I'm on disc 3, and I've got my original game. So at some point, probably on stream, I think I'm going to continue that save file. I just think that's really cool. Like, I haven't played that save file in about 25 years, I'm going to say. That's crazy, isn't it? I love that. I absolutely love that. So anyway, really chuffed about that one. The last game that I have picked up recently is for the PlayStation 2. I don't actually have a PlayStation 2 at the moment. I am in the process of getting one of my PlayStation Slims back off of a friend. He's actually told me he's going to deliver it to my mother's house. We live quite far away from each other, and he's nice enough to give it back. It was a gift when I moved out of the game room. It was one of the things I couldn't get rid of for some reason. So I said to Graham, I said, do you want this? Because I knew his PlayStation 3 had broken down and he couldn't play any of his old games. So he had it off me. And he's nice enough, he's going to give it back to me. So thank you for that, Graham. Can't wait to get hold of that. But anyway, the game for the PlayStation 2 that I picked up recently is another Gran Turismo. Can you see the price on this thing? Gran Turismo 3. I don't remember this one too well either. My friend Graham says that he played this to death. I remember actually going over his place every now and again, and him and our other friend Adam. This is all they'd be playing all the time. So apparently this game is really bloody good. So I can't wait to get into this. Pretty much for the first time, because I don't really remember playing this actually back in the day. But this game, it's all in reverse because my camera is £2.50 from CEX. Bargain, that is. I hope a lot of PlayStation 2 games are around about this price. The ones that I want anyway, because I've got a big list of things that I want. I do actually have a retro game list. I got one from the Master System, which you can see in the background. I've been collecting for PS1 and the PS2. My PS2 list isn't that big, to be honest. There's a lot of RPGs. I do like an RPG. I want Burnout 3. I've heard that one's really good. Time Splitters 2, you guys remember that? These are things that I'm keeping an eye out for. I know they've got SSX Tricky in there. I just didn't pick. They've got it in there for about 15 quid. I didn't pick it up though because I'm an idiot. Soul Calibur. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. I really want that game. I have actually won another game on eBay, but it's not here yet. So I might wait until that one's come through, and then we can have another discussion about that in the future. Right. Probably going to put this up on YouTube actually a bit later. So YouTube, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to sub and all that stuff. If you want to, you don't have to. You know, nothing's going to happen if you don't want to. But if you want to see some of the stuff that I do in the future, pressing the sub button might help you keep up to date with what I'm up to. So that would be cool. And leave us something in the comments if you want to. Let's have a conversation. What are you playing? What games should I get since I've started collecting again for the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2? I'm always collecting Sega. I've got a Sega arcade cabinet, a glass cabinet here with all my old Sega systems in. So yeah, what do you think I should look out for? Let us know. And I'll see you in the next YouTube video. Let's get back to the game. What am I doing? Royal Blade. That one? Do it. Big bada boom. Yeah, I'm really chuffed that I got these because these are like some of them, especially Tekken 2 and Final Fantasy. These are like games I couldn't live without, to be honest.
That was easy.
The other thing is, I'm going to build another shelving unit like that, and I'm going to change the way that I display stuff, and just we're going to build on it. Basically, this is going to be my project in the future of the new game room, which happens to be mine and my wife's bedroom. And that is how I keep things fun for me, you know. Everyone's got their things. Especially when you get to my age of 43. You know, it seems like you've got 100 hobbies and there's 100 things to just keep your interest. Keep you getting out of bed every day. And this one's mine. I've always played games. I've always had a bit of an obsession with gaming and games. And me, my mate Graham and Paul, we're always talking about games. Paul talks a bit too much about football for my likings, but there you go. Hopefully on Tuesday next week, me, Graham and Paul are going to be playing some more of that Chained Together, I think. I hope. Because it's a really good game.
Over there. Back off. Alpha Star!
Oh no, I've missed something. I've missed something that I picked up. I think I'm going to have to do a separate video on this one. Maybe I should set up the camera and do a proper video on this one. I've picked this other thing I've picked up. It's a big deal. It's massive. I'll give you a little thing on it. is the 8-bit do retro receiver that plugs into the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2. And this thing, I don't feel any lag, and my old controllers are actually kind of feeling very, very worn, and they were hurting my fingers on the buttons actually. I think I probably, if I wanted to, I could probably get some new rubbers for them and take them apart and fix them up, which I might do at some point. But like my favourite controller is this one. This is my favourite controller. It's so comfy, it's so well made. We've got the Super Nintendo D-pad. I mean, that is brilliant on its own. It's got the PlayStation layout, which isn't to everyone's liking, but since I'm playing on the PlayStation, that's really good, isn't it? So I got the retro receiver, and now that is my controller of choice for that system on the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 because it works so well. I was playing fighting games and stuff. I didn't notice any difference. It's got to be. I have no idea because this is the only. And this isn't true. I had a wireless receiver thing for the PlayStation 2 at some point, but I don't remember it being as good as this one. I don't know how the magic that 8-bit do are throwing up over there, but there doesn't seem to be any lag. I mean, there must be a minute amount, and I'm not an expert, and I'm old, but I don't notice it at all. I would highly recommend it. If you're thinking about getting one of these, and the other thing I'm going to say is I've noticed that these are going up in price because they're running out of stock on Amazon at the moment. If you want one, you probably want to pick one up. I am actually tempted to pick up I might pick up a second one. They're that good. There we go. That's what I think about that. It's brilliant. That's what I think about it, and it looks super cool. It's the same length as one of your memory cards. And it's got a little light on it. It's so easy. It connects every time. You just press the start button on the controller and it works. Once you've got it synced up, obviously. And yeah, you never have to touch it again, sync it again. Once it's connected, that's it. Looks brilliant. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but man, it's fantastic having a wireless controller on these retro systems. And my plan, eventually, when I've got my new CRT TV on this desk behind me, is late at night when me and the wife go to bed to watch some TV, watch some old classic site, I can lay back in bed with the controller and not have an annoying cable getting tangled up around stuff. God, I don't know how I managed to get around that back in the day. Must have been so annoying. Anyway, I highly recommend it. Go and check them out. They're on Amazon. I think they're about 17 quid here in the UK at the moment. Thumbs up for me. Rain of Swords! God, I love this game. So good.
Is it over already?
Oh no. We have more than one place to go here. Whoa, that's where I came from. Have I just turned around by accident? Wait a minute. I turned on the switch, didn't I? I turned that switch on. So we just got to keep going back. We will get to that first room again, I believe. That would be what we're gonna do. What the hell is that? God, we're using a lot of crystals up.
This should work.
Let's try this.
I wish I knew how many hours I've put into this game so far. It feels like a lot. Probably not though. No Rain of Swords. I'm going to do a straight up attack here and do a Royal Blade. Hopefully he kills it. Yes!
Face my blade.
Face my blade. That's not very nice. Around. I think they should actually remake this. A couple of games that I think really need to be like remade in like the Resident Evil sort of style, sort of remake. One of them's this. I think they could do like a really good kind of like, oh, what Final Fantasy have done for the series, something like that. I think this would work really well as a remake. The second game is Dino Crisis. If we don't get a Dino Crisis remake, I'm going to be really upset. Capcom, you're listening. Probably one of my favourites back in the day. Oh yeah, I love the Resident Evils back in the day as well, like Code Veronica. Probably my favourite one, actually. I don't know if that's good or not, but I'm going to put that out there. It's probably my favourite one. If we go by what the internet tells us. At some point, when I get some time to myself, I'm going to run Shenmue 3 again. I can't believe I got third place with the kids around as well the other day, the other week, on Shenmue 3. I just need to decide really, like, if I'm going to give it a go on the Steam Deck or not. I transferred my save file over there, so I could do it. But basically what we need, I need the loading screens faster. I think that's going to be the next way of getting the best times. Because the guy that's in first place, he's like literally 20 minutes ahead of me. So I noticed that if you watch the video of him doing it, he's got it on the lowest settings possible. But not just the lowest settings, he's doing it on yeah, give me a minute, I'll turn it off. You want the PJs, yeah? What was I talking about? What was I talking about? It's gone. Oh, the speed run. Yeah, so I need to reduce. I've already got it on the lowest possible settings at the moment, but it still looks too good. We could give it a go on the lowest settings, but I think I'm going to have to change the screen resolution. I'm not too sure how to do that. I haven't seen that in the settings. So next time we turn it on, we'll have a look at the settings, because that's going to make things a bit faster. I mean, I could try and run it on the lowest graphics settings first, or we can do a test run. I could test it on the Steam Deck, and I can test it on PC and see which one wins. Good luck.
Let's try this.
Cutlass Fury!
Stores 10 magic. Oh, that could be pretty damn good. Do that.
Moons protect me! Influence hero!
Well, a little bit of a connection issue, I think, going on here. It keeps saying that my friends are popping in and out of games on the side of the screen. Should probably learn how to turn that off. God. Right, it's got to be a Cutlass Fury. Because these are impossible to hit, these things. Unless we do... Let's do that. Try that. Ah. That's what they usually do. That's why you don't hit them first. So you usually just run away like nothing. It's a waste of time. Waste of my time.
Cutlass Fury!
Is it over already?
Kind of want to figure out what I'm doing here. Oh, I've come all the way around here. We literally had to just run into the water. Or did I come out that door? I come out that one. A quick look around. I don't know if I can get attacked down here. It's good to know if there's anything here. And guess what? There is not. Just unlocking the little mini map here. Wow. We've got a rope. We've also got a door. Do you know what? I think I need to finish the stream there today. So I'm going to do this. I'm actually not going to finish it there. I'm going to try and find a retro save as well to make myself happy. And I doubt I'm going to find it. Oh my god. Where am I going? That doesn't look comfortable, does it? Oh god. I was just about to turn it off. I've got stuff I need to do. Game, what are you doing to me? Oh, wait a minute. These look kind of boss-like.
Here goes!
Yeah! 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 Cutlass Fury! Yeah! 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 Yeah!
I love it in these RPGs when you get to a certain point where you're like level 100 and you can just like one-shot everything. I love feeling that powerful. I remember it in Final Fantasy 7. So good. Hitting at 99999, you know. Really good fun. Oh no. Rating?
Moons, give me strength. Let's try this.
Cutlass Fury!
It's we gotta kill it this time. I was going to make preparations in case we went through another round, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Face my blade! An utter victory.
I just get a feeling like it's going to be a boss fight in a minute. Okay. Guess we press that to go back up. There's no save here, is there? I'm going to have to save it. Right. Right. Thanks everyone for watching. I know I can do all of this on the I'm on the Steam controller, by the way. I can just operate all of it from here. This is good, isn't it? There we go. Right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to follow, sub, whatever platform you're looking on. If you want to. And I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of the day. It's nice and sunny here. I'm going to go and I just need to clip a couple of things for YouTube. And then I'm going to go and join my wife in the sun for a little bit before dinner. Before making dinner. Curry tonight. See you guys next time. Bye.